What's up, everyone? I'm Jenny.
And I'm Jessie.
You're listening to Milkshakes and Ghosts.
This episode is brought to you by
Sinister Brew Coffee isn't your ordinary cup of joe. It's a bold, horror-themed, small-batch coffee company owned by veterans who dare to take your taste buds on a dark and delicious journey.
From cosmic creations to cryptid-inspired blends, every roast comes with a sinister twist. Handcrafted for those who crave something truly unique.
It's not just coffee. It's an experience steeped in mystery, macabre storytelling, and flavors that are to die for.
Dare to sip in the shadows and join the Sinister family at sinisterbrewcoffee.com,
where every cup reminds you that the darkness is delicious.
Warning. This episode contains violence, death, and possible suicide. Listener discretion is advised.
Congratulations!
Who are you congratulating?
I'm congratulating everyone who's still listening to us.
Well, if they put up with us this long, I guess they do need a big congratulations.
If you're still here, then you made it to season 4.
Wow, I can't believe we're already in season 4. That's amazing. We did it, Jessie.
And we're not going anywhere. There's plenty of more seasons to come.
That's right. We're not going anywhere.
I like hanging out with you.
Really? You like hanging out with me?
Who else would I be talking to?
I thought you were talking to our listeners. Or some random ghost in our house. I mean, because, it'd be like that.
That's weird. But I love hanging out with our listeners, but you're my mama. It's fun to have drinking milkshakes and snacking in the pod lab with you.
Aw, thank you, Jessie. That means a lot to me. I love hanging out with you too. You are my BFF. And we have the best job in the world. This is my favorite place in the world to be, is our pod lab, hanging out with you and talking and snacking and drinking milkshakes.
The only reason why I'm your BFF because you have no friends.
That's just wrong, man. I don't need any friends. I got you.
We sure do have the best job in the world. Anyway, what are you drinking?
I am drinking something really different today. It's called a tropical milkshake. I got this recipe from crystalcreamery.com.
But how can a milkshake be tropical?
How are you eating this much sugar? I've just looked at all your snacks. OMG. That is a lot of sugar. I know you guys can't see because we're not a visual podcast, but Jessie brought in our pod lab not only a milkshake, she brought cotton candy, home-baked cookies, and gummy worms, apparently. And
mind you, I made the cookies, so they taste better. Because yours is like hard rock.
Okay, that's besides the point. You do make better cookies. I can't disagree with you on that. But Jessie, your tummy, that's a lot of sugar, man. That's too much. And to answer your question, how can my milkshake be tropical? It's tropical because it has pineapple, mango, kiwi, and strawberry, which is a lot healthier than what you have right now.
That sounds more like a smoothie, not a milkshake.
Well, it's only considered a milkshake because it's got strawberry ice cream in it. So honestly, it's like a milkshake and a smoothie in one cup. I will link the full recipe in our show notes if anyone else is interested in trying it. It's pretty good.
That's different. Sounds nasty. Who mixes ice cream and fruit together?
Apparently I do, and whoever made this recipe. So what's in your cup today, Jessie?
I made a vegan banana milkshake that I found online at ellavegan.com.
Okay, so what's in it besides the obvious, which is a banana?
I chose something healthy. The milkshake that I made has no sugar and is dairy-free.
Well, I'm glad that your milkshake has no sugar, but you are compensating for it because of cotton candy that you're eating right now as I speak. The cotton candy, the gummy worms. That's a lot of sugar, so I'm glad at least something's healthy in your cup.
So I poured not poured, how I pour bananas. Anyway, I used 4 bananas, dairy-free milk, a little bit of peanut butter, and vanilla extract. I'll link the full recipe in our show notes if anyone wants to make this drink. It's better than hers, of course, so I'm pretty sure y'all want to make my drink.
To each its own. I like my drink. It's not bad. It's good. It's refreshing. Is your drink any good? Because I'm down for like the dairy-free stuff, but I don't know. It sounds a little bit different. Maybe because I'm drinking like a fruit smoothie / milkshake right now. Just the whole banana thing sounds gross to me with peanut butter at the moment. Maybe if I wasn't drinking this, I wouldn't feel that way. But do you like what you're drinking?
It's good, and it's a lot healthier than most of my milkshakes, so.
Okay, well, that makes me happy that you're at least having something healthy since everything that you brought in here is just junk food. Oh, Lord.
Anyway, to everyone out there listening, you're in for a treat today.
You sure are.
Today, we're discussing, dun dun dun, the Dominion House. Minion.
Hold on to your seats. It's about to get really spooky up in here.
This episode is brought to you by
Embrace the enchanting darkness with wicked Salem candles. Spooky, yet delightfully scented. Discover non-toxic, aromatic, long-lasting, clean burn, eco-friendly soy candles in bewitching scents and vibrant colors.
Wicked Salem Candles is a healthy alternative for people with allergies or respiratory issues, while also being environmentally friendly due to the renewable nature of soy wax.
With these candles, you're not just illuminating your space with a steady glow, you're protecting the environment. These candles are safer and environmentally friendly since they release fewer harmful chemicals into the air when burned.
Do you like getting candles with a longer burn time? Well, with Wicked Salem Candles, you'll get just that. These soy candles provide a consistent, unwavering flame, crafted for a lasting brilliance.
Wicked Salem candles are more than just candles. They offer a curated collection of spooky treasures. Discover bewitching room sprays, hauntingly beautiful art decor, and spellbinding accessories.
Whether you're preparing for Halloween, celebrating the fall season, or simply love a touch of the macabre, Wicked Salem Candles has something for you. Enjoy a touch of spookiness all year round.
Affordable, yet aromatic, long-lasting, environmental, friendly scents. If you're ready to illuminate your path the Wicked Salem way, visit wickedsalemscandle.com. Wicked Salem Candles, so good, it's scary.
We're going back to the early 1900s. Mom, we're going back to your decade.
Okay, stop saying I'm old.
I didn't say you were old, I just said we're going back to your decade.
Early 1900s is not my decade, Jessie.
Then what is your decade?
That's not up for discussion right now.
19! What decade are you from? Anyway, the Dominion House was built in 1923 by the Masons. The home was meant to house orphans, as well as children whose parents can no longer care for them. It was the nicest and most impressive orphanage in Oklahoma. It was built to house about 350 kids. The facility included a large gym and an indoor swimming pool.
In the 50s, the home opened its doors to other children. According to the Oklahoma History Center, the number of children living at that home dwindled in the 1970s before it ultimately closed in 1977. The former children's home in Guthrie is now the Dominion House, an event center and hotel operated by Julie and Trey Ari. It took 4 years to restore the central part of the property. The old children's dormitories were converted into hotel rooms, and the former cafeteria is now a grand ballroom. So, in 2004, the orphanage opened under the new name, Dominion House. Most of the property's interior structure had to be gutted, so the hotel rooms are completely new. To preserve the historical integrity on this site, however, some of the home's items were salvaged and repurposed. The windowsills throughout the facility are made of the marble slabs that used to be bathroom partitions for the orphanage. Bricks from a torn-down dormitory were used to build new walls. Cast stones from a burnt structure became decorative elements. The main building continues to undergo transformation too.
Okay, now let's get to my favorite part with my cotton candy. The hauntings!
Is it really haunted? Or just local lore and legend?
Let's let our audience judge for themselves. After I tell them why it may be haunted.
This episode is brought to you by...
Tired of the same old coffee routine? Craving a cup of paradise? Introducing Kona Coffee House LV. Bring the magic of Kona coffee straight to you, wherever you are.
Kona Coffee House LV uses only the finest 100% organic Hawaiian Kona coffee beans, made by perfection by Sammy Scrumptious herself. These gluten-free and preservative-free beans are a rare specialty, offering a unique and unforgettable taste experience.
No need to wait in line. Kona Coffee House LV is mobile, delivering a taste of paradise. Book Kona Coffee today for corporate events, parties, venues, and so much more.
Follow Kona Coffee on Instagram at Kona Coffee House LV for updates on upcoming events. Visit their website at konacopel.com to learn more and schedule your Kona Coffee experience today. Don't miss out on this exclusive opportunity to savor the world's finest coffee.
So, one story I heard goes like this. There was a very mean head mistress who once punished a 6-year-old boy and beat him to death. She buried his body in the basement.
What? No way. That's really horrifying. I wasn't expecting you to say that. Your story got dark real quick.
It's going to get darker. Anyway, when this headmistress was questioned, she said that the boy had run off when threatened with punishment. 3 years went by, and 4 more boys mysteriously vanished. One day, plumbing in the orphanage went out. The headmistress knew that the basement would have to be disturbed to fix the plumbing problem. She began to move the bodies. A custodian got curious about her strange actions. He followed her down to the basement where he saw her digging up the remains of the boys. It's also reported that an employee of the boys' home hanged himself in the bell tower.
That's horrible. Just horrible.
Several eyewitnesses have seen an entity of a little girl who appears and pleads for protection. There is an apparition of a woman walking down a hallway. A dark shadow has been seen in the bell tower and has been known to hover around people. When the building was abandoned, people report seeing apparitions appearing and disappearing in the rooms. Sounds of crying and screaming children and emotional pain have also been heard. Construction workers hired to renovate the building reported hearing unexplained footsteps, the feeling of being watched, and hearing strange noises and crying.
Okay, this is a lot of people saying it's haunted, but is there any proof of it?
Okay, so there's no real record of it, just people that have gone to investigate. These accounts that I'm listing here are from eyewitness testimonies. I will say this, the house director of the Dominion House doesn't even think the place is haunted. So, Julie Ayers, Dominion House's director, said she has spent many late nights on the property, but she has never seen anything eerie.
That's a lot, especially coming from the home's director of the property.
Okay, so this is a quote from Julie Ayers. A lady made a comment online that the bathroom was unseasonably cold. What she doesn't know is that I have an air conditioner that feeds just that bathroom. By the way, Julie said this while laughing.
Either Julie's being real on the place not being haunted, or she's just trying to cover up the horror because she doesn't want people getting scared. This place is used as a wedding venue as well. I want to put that out there. So it's not just a hotel. Lots of people have gotten married here. So it's business. And if the place is haunted and you're trying to have a wedding, that would be bad for business. So I could see how somebody wouldn't want to admit that. But like I said, at the same time, I can also see someone trying to tell the truth because it's just not haunted. So who's to say?
Well, there's also the fact of some accounts from the children that lived in the Dominion house at the time it was an orphanage contradict the haunting rumors.
Okay, so how so, Jesse?
In 1995, the Oklahoma Masons published a memory book of the children's home with photos and recollections of former residents. In this book, a woman by the name of Vanya Robertson Goff, who lived there in the beginning of February 1930, wrote, "We all had plenty to eat, nice clothes, and caring people to look after us."
The woman who wrote that could have just been saying that. Maybe she was scared of the headmistress, since it's been reported that supposedly there was a mean headmistress. Who knows?
The publication does not mention a cruel headmistress or harsh punishments.
Well, I have some spooky encounters and stories of the Dominion House by people who have stayed there.
Ooh, I can't wait to hear.
Let me just say, one of our listeners, and the same person who always writes us for listener tales and is really good, Tony Shapiro, actually recently stayed at the Dominion House. We saw some really cool photos and videos that she took, and that's actually what inspired this episode. She was one of the people that stayed, and she was telling me that it is haunted from her personal experience. There's also a high schooler by the name of Caleb Germany. He drove to Oklahoma City with some of his friends. He and his friends made it to the front door of the building before bolting in fear after hearing a noise inside. Caleb visited the place with friends several more times during his high school and college years, but never ventured inside. Now, according to other sources online, several legends offer explanations for the rumored orphanage ghosts. In one, a deranged priest killed children and buried them under the building to keep their souls on the premises. In another, a cruel headmistress at the orphanage beat the children to death. The abuse upset one member of the staff so greatly they committed suicide in the building's bell tower. Some reports say there was a nurse who killed herself in the bell tower. Every article that I read regarding the bell tower always had a different story to who died in it, but it was always the same. People see dark, shadowy figures. It was reported by some that there were some graves in the backyard as well.
Maybe it was from the headmistress that murdered the little boys.
Possibly. Now, we've both seen photos and videos of the Dominion House. Jesse, you and I know it's beyond stunning. It's just gorgeous. It's something that I have to see in person because of how beautiful it is.
It's something you can never imagine. I feel like it's a little creepy looking at those photos. Like, you get a vibe from it, but like...
You do, but it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Let me give all of you out there some information about this place, in case you want to stay at the Dominion House. So, the historic Dominion House Boutique Hotel is located in Guthrie, just 20 minutes north of Oklahoma City. It's the perfect place to have a wedding, or if you just want a romantic getaway. Or if you're like me and Jesse and want to do an overnight paranormal investigation. There's a lot of ghost tours in Guthrie, Oklahoma. It's said to be one of the most haunted cities in Oklahoma. However, the Dominion House does not offer any type of ghost tours. If you want to stay and book a room, go for it. You can have your own ghost adventure session in your own room. It's just not an amenity that's offered there. I've linked their webpage in our show notes. If you'd like to book your stay on their webpage, definitely go for it. Or you can book on any booking site online, wherever you find the best deal.
This episode is brought to you by...
Looking for a reputable notary republic at an affordable price? Well, look no further. Mrs. Ashley Lutchman is now taking appointments and accepting new clients. Jesse and I needed some documents to sign for our podcast.
We wanted someone with experience who was well known and didn't cost a fortune.
That's right. One of our good friends had worked with Mrs. Lutchman regarding some legal paperwork they needed notarized and recommended her to us.
She was professional, efficient, and affordable.
If you need important documents notarized, email Ashley Lutchman at ashleylutchman@gmail.com. Ashley Lutchman can be found on Instagram and TikTok. I will link her socials and her email in our show notes.
Ashley Lutchman is remote and commissioned in the state of Florida.
Don't turn this episode off yet. Stick around for our bloopers at the end of our announcements. Our bloopers are a great palate cleanser from these scary and harsh topics sometimes. It's a great way to laugh at the end of our show.
Well, folks, that's all the time we have. Thanks for tuning in. If you have a spooky story and would like to have it read on air, please write us at milkshakesghost@gmail.com. If you would like to follow our socials, we're on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Threads, Twitter, and Patreon.
If you would like to become a Patreon member, please visit patreon.com/milkshakesandghosts. I will link it in the show notes along with all of our other socials.
Join Patreon for free gifts and cool perks.
Let's give a shout out to our awesome, amazing Patreon members! Mr.E from Special Delivery Show. Check out the Special Delivery Show. His podcast takes interviews to a whole new level. I'd like to give a shout out to our sponsors. Our newest member of our family for sponsorship is Wicked Salem Candles. So good, it's scary. Sinister Brew Coffee, where every sip reminds you that the dark side is delicious. Kona Coffee House LV, Hawaiian coffee delivering a taste of paradise. Ashley Lechman, a reputable notary republic at an affordable price. All of our sponsors are listed in our show notes, along with links to contact them.
Oh, here we go. M&G VIP members also include Frankenstein's Monster 2000, Don't Die 82, Dracula's Occult, Darren Wills, Death Rock 1875, Electric 222, Clara Jones, John and Jenna, Mothman Prophecy 424, Vampires Rock 222, The Blonde Happenings with Kelly and Brenda, The Witches for Life 1892, Bigfoot is Real 76, Blood Cycle 95, Nightmares 888, Witchy Talk 65, Dracula Rock 22, Tina and Ruben, Ramos 1972, Mary Ann, The Paranormal Duo, Laura and Joanne, Bruce the All Spooky, Harmony, Joan of Arc, The Dark Side, Ronald H., Joe Santana, Myra Morales from That's So Spooky, Jada Kimura H., Tony S., Jean from Truth is Out There, Notting, Edward, Carl, and Becca, Amanda and Kenneth, Jules and Christina, Joe from The Paranormal Countdown, Alan, Destar 1, Maxine, Cherish Dreams, Jules M., Victor and Myra, Haunted Canadian History, Melissa and Dan, and The Truth is Out There with Carly and Allison.
Breathe, Jesse, breathe. Thank you so much for being Patreon members. We appreciate each and every single one of you.
And remember, keep drinking milkshakes.
And keep being spooky! It's time for bloopers! You sound so fake.
So, anyway.
So, to everyone out there listening, that's your line.
Oh my gosh.
Don't turn the blah, blah, blah. Our bloopers are a great blah, blah, blah.
What was that? Maybe it was from the headmistress that remember.
It's spooky season, 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 it's spooky season, spooky season, spooky season, spooky season, spooky season.